So our Photoshop projects and Photoshop unit for the next handful of weeks will be inside of this folder in your Schoology account. At the top of this folder is a pacing guide, and this pacing guide is a suggestion on where you should be each week. And when it opens up, there we are. So you can read the following pacing guide. You can follow it to see where you should be each week, what projects you should be working on, and when the due date for that project is. So this week is October 5th through the 9th. It's week number 7. And we're going to start with a project called Art History. And Art History has 3 parts that get turned in at the end of it. Those 3 parts we'll go over in 3 different videos. And we're going to have a due date of October 15th, which is next Thursday. And so then next week we're going to start. You can see that next Thursday is when this project is due, but we're going to start a new project on Monday. So every week we're going to start a new project, just 1 project per week. And those projects should not take you the entire week, but they might take you all 5 days. If you have extra time, you are more than welcome to practice those same skills. If the videos are available and the files are available, you can move on to the next project. And if you have other work for other classes or courses, you can also work on that. So this is the pacing guide. It tells you kind of what we're looking at for the rest of the semester. This takes us all the way to the last week of that semester. So that's the pacing guide. We have each of these different projects that we're working with. We want to make sure that we have a folder to save this information into. And so the way that we're going to set up our folder structure in Finder, here's my Finder window. You can see that I'm in Documents currently. If I want to see extra stuff on here, more things, you might actually see more than I do right here. But if I go up to View and then down to Show Toolbar, that's going to open up the menu on the side, the folder structure on the left-hand side. And it's also going to give me my toolbar across the top. The toolbar gives me lots of options, viewing the different folder structure. Here I can view as currently I'm in a list. If I click on this one, it's going to show me each of these folders as icons. Looks like this. If I do the columns, that's going to show me each of the folders. If I click on something here, animate, it's going to bring it up. So I have these folders, and it's going to continuously build the columns over. And then the last one is the gallery, which shows me all the items down across the bottom in icon form, but then it shows a big version of that up top. That doesn't really help us for this project. But so if I go to Documents, and what I want to do here is create a new folder so I can save my items in there. So I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to call this Multimedia 1 Second Hour, because this is second hour. And then it is going to open that up, and you can see currently it's in the columns format. And if I go back to the list, it should have that on there. Because I had that folder selected in columns, it's automatically open. There's nothing in here, but you can see that it's inside the Multimedia 1 Second Hour folder. So we're going to save our projects in here. That way we have access to them. They're all stored in one location inside the Documents folder. It keeps it a little bit more organized, and there's not as much stuff just sitting on the desktop or in downloads or documents by itself. You can also see across the bottom here that I have a file structure, and you can follow this back. This is the folder that I'm currently in, Multimedia 1. It's inside Documents, which is inside my account, which is inside Users and on the hard drive. So you can kind of follow that back. This is the path bar, and I did that up here. You can show or hide the path bar and other things on here too in Finder. But I like to see what path I am, so I know that this is the multimedia folder inside of Documents. That just helps my understanding of the file structure. So each week we're going to have a project on here, and we're going to save it into that Multimedia 1 folder. If you have any questions about that part, please let me know.